What up, YouTube Alex? Coming back at you with another StarCraft 2 cast. On the top left-hand side of the map, we have our red Protoss player, Icebrand, and on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have our blue Zerg player, Jenger. This is, I believe, a Platinum versus Platinum level cast, so it should be a fun one today. If you are new to my channel, I do cast games from a wide range of leagues, going all the way down from Bronze and up to Masters, so if casual games are something you're interested in watching, please consider shooting me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, back to the show. It does look like Icebrand is going to be going for a potentially early Nexus play, which is not unusual in PvZ matchups. If you don't open with a wall in the natural base location, it's very easy for Zerg to punish that with Speedlings, but no, he's actually going for a double gateway opener, so this doesn't feel as standard to me, and it looks like Zerg going for a 15 pool or a 16 pool. This extractor is following this spawning pool right here, so this looks like a pretty aggressive opener coming out of our blue Zerg player, but no, he's going for a hatchery. So I've been tricked. I thought he was going to be cheesing and immediately proved me wrong. So Zerg going for this aggressive opener and following it up with an expansion in the natural base location, and Icebrand going for a 3 gateway opener followed by his cybernetics core. I'm getting proven wrong at every corner. This is a disaster. But this is going to be a really weird game. I can already tell this is not a typical opener for PvZ matchups in terms of what the Protoss player is doing, and we have a forward pylon here as well, and we have the scouting overlord, but I don't think Jenger has seen this unless he spots it with his he actually spots this with his drone. So Icebrand's forward pylon on the right hand side of the map is spotted, and we have a few Zerglings on their way to take care of this thing. But Warp Gate's not being researched. We actually have what is going to be a chrono boost on the cybernetics core, but I think Icebrand, his keyboard may have not actuated. I think he must have pressed G and did not realize that he's not researching Warp Gate. Oh my god, this is going to put him really far behind if he doesn't notice this soon, and we have what is going to be a Zealot scout or Zealot harassment. I can't really tell, but Jenger, a little bit of miss micro there, running his Zerglings away and letting that Zealot get away with 3 kills. So losing 3 Zerglings right there. No workers killed just yet. Actually, no workers killed just yet. We have 3 units killed by the Protoss player and 1 unit killed by the Zerg player right here, but we have what is going to be 3 adepts, and 3 adepts will easily be able to take care of a handful of Zerglings. And that is a lot of Zerglings lost. Taking a look at the production tab right here, Warp Gate is just now being researched, so I really think Icebrand, I think his keyboard did not work. His keyboard did him dirty, man. Oh no. We have some harassment right here of adepts. Icebrand is trying to get them cornered into this mineral line here so they don't get surrounded by the Zerglings, but the Queen able to get some ranged attack from behind the mineral lines, and the Zerglings getting the surround on the front side of that engagement, able to take out those adepts. And now it looks like Jenger is going for a counterattack of his own, but I'm pretty sure this is an airtight wall unless the Zerglings can run on the right-hand side, or sorry, the left-hand side of this wall, and actually I think they could. I think they could run here, and they can. So now we have some Speedlings running around in the main base of the Protoss player, and we have what is going to be a Twilight Council. I wonder if this is going to be a DT play. That would be kind of cool, to be honest. A couple Zerglings right here. They may actually take out 1 probe, but no, that's actually some pretty decent micro coming out of Icebrand, able to save this probe that almost died, but it may have been an accident, maybe it wasn't, but that probe ended up in the back line, and Icebrand able to get the surround on those Zerglings, and we have what is going to be an adept with 4 kills right here. Taking a look at the workers killed, still no workers killed, so this adept must have killed Zerglings. Oh my god, there's a couple more Zerglings coming out here. The adept will get itself cornered. This is also decent micro by Icebrand, as we can see. Getting your adept in the choke point of the mineral line prevents the Zerglings from getting a good surround there. So Not bad. 23 units total killed by our red Protoss player. Taking a look at the resources lost right here. 800 resources lost for Icebrand and 500-ish, almost 600 for Jenger. So that's a real testament to how expensive Protoss units are, because taking a look, Icebrand is 300 resources behind in terms of resources lost, and lost only 6 units as compared to the Zerg's 23 units lost. So that's actually insane. And we have what is going to be the Dark Shrine. I thought this was going to be DTs. We have 2 Dark Shrines, though. Oh, no, I don't think this... I think Icebrand may have thought that he was building a pylon or something. Maybe. He's looking at this Dark Shrine. Maybe he wants a redundant Dark Shrine in case he gets surrounded, so he doesn't lose the ability to warp in Dark Templars. That's a possibility, but to be fair, I've never seen a double Dark Shrine, a double Dark Shrine place. I'm really curious to see how this game is going to turn out. We're still on what is actually, no, it's going to be 5 warp gates, about to be 6 warp gates, and we have Charge on the way as well. Charge Zealot Archon against Zerg. Nobody's ever been mad about that. No Protoss player has ever been mad about going Charge Zealot Archon against Zerg. Zerg, on the other hand, yeah, okay, they might be a little bit mad about that, just because Archons do extra damage to every single unit Zerg owns. And sorry about that, I bit my tongue while I was talking, and man, I'm in extreme pain now, but we are going to get through this. We have roaches on the field as well. Taking a look at the research tab, we see production tab, we still have Charge on the way. We have what is going to be Blink, Dark Templar Blink on the way as well. Speed and Warp Gate are done. No other upgrades on the field just yet, but both Dark Templar Blink and Charge Zealots will be here momentarily. Jenger doing a good job at having some map vision around his opponent's side of the map. He's keeping an eye on potential expansions and knows that Protoss has expanded in the pocket base right here. And we have Dark Templar on the field running around the Zergling. I wonder if Icebrand figured that there's probably some map vision here for Jenger and wants to make this push as sneaky as possible. I think that's what's going to happen. Oh my god, this third base is in a lot of danger. Actually, yeah, this is the third base. It looks like the pocket base is just now going down. We have what is going to be 2 Overseer Cocoons on the way, and this is a big army for the Zerg player. This will chase Icebrand away. And oh my god, we have a lot of Banelings. Banelings very good against Zealots, but not so good against Archons. So if Archons manage to make it to the front line, they will be able to tank a lot of these Baneling shots and leave the Zealots alive. But taking a look at the army supply, it's actually relatively even. 36 army supply to 38. Slight advantage to the Zerg player. 51 workers to 45 in favor of the Protoss player, actually. So that's not something we typically see at this point in the game. Normally at this point, if Zerg has not been harassed too much... Ooh, that was a pretty big hit on those Banelings. But what I was saying is, normally if Zerg is allowed to sit throughout the game, their macro goes crazy and they're able to jump ahead in workers. And actually, as I'm talking about that, Zerg is already 10 workers ahead where he was previously like 6 workers behind. So, great job, Jenger, helping me prove my point right here. But we have what is going to be the Overseer on this little tower, this little pillar, so that will leave him hidden. But this is going to be a big engagement. I was going to say a big engagement for the Zerg, but he doesn't have as many roaches as I thought, and this is a lot of Zealots. We have, oh, that is sneaky, juking his opponent right there, tricking him into running into a bunch of Banelings, and actually that was a really good play by Jenger. Able to lead those Zealots to their doom. That was so many Banelings, but Icebrand coming in with a really good reaction time. Able to run away from those Banelings before losing. I think he would have lost maybe all of his Zealots in that engagement if he wasn't paying attention. So great job, and actually going for the run by right here. He may try to get the surround on the spines. or put the Zealots on hold position as well. Also a valid choice, but this is a lot of Zerglings. But Jenger created an accidental choke point with the Spine Crawler, but the Spine Crawler does do DPS against the Zealots, so Jenger ultimately able to clean that up, and we have what is going to be every single one of these Zerglings morphing into a Baneling right now. This is so many Banelings. What army composition do we have for Icebrand? Icebrand. Yes, okay, I was literally going to say, make some Archons, bro, please. Please make some Archons. Going up against that many Banelings with only Zealots and a couple Immortals. Yeah, the Immortals will be fine against the Banelings, but they won't be fine against the Zerglings because the Immortal just doesn't have the rate of fire. The Immortal is designed to take out big armored units, not little bio units. So the Zerglings would be able to surround the Immortals pretty well. But the Archon's a great counter to Baneling Zergling. So I would like to see a few more Archons being warped in. Taking a look at the upgrades, though, we do have Storm and we have Charge and +1 attack for our Protoss player. For the Zerg player, we have Zergling Speed. We don't have +1/+1 yet, and +1/+1 is actually on the way right now for the Zerg player. It's actually +1 melee attack and +1 ranged attack for the Zerg player. And we have a bit of a mixed bag from Icebrand right here. We have a single Void Ray and one more Void Ray on the way. I'm actually not mad about that because there's no anti-air for the Zerg player at all. So the Void Rays would be able to add just a little sprinkling of DPS unfazed. They would be like that little salt guy. They'd just be sprinkling their lasers on those on those roaches, and the roaches would be able to do literally nothing about that. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the choice of going for the Void Ray. The only issue is a Void Ray is a stupid expensive unit. So they're not cheap, but they're also safe. In this specific game until Zerg decides to go for some sort of anti-air, but Zerg is going for a major ground army. We have Banelings and we have Roaches and we have Zerglings. So none of these units shoot up, and we have what is going to be a pretty big push out coming from our Protoss player. I almost said Zerg player. And the Warp Prism here to back up this army as well. What I would do in this situation is set it up just out of creep. I would set it up just out of sight for the Zerg player, and that way I would be able to warp in without giving away my position exactly. Zerg would be able to guess, but he wouldn't know for sure where exactly the warp in is coming from until he's able to spot that Warp Prism. And you can also move the Warp Prism around if you need to. Good spot on that Changeling from Icebrand right here. Icebrand realizing that he doesn't want to give his position away, so he's running on and off creep and gradually taking out these creep tumors as well. So this is a good play. He's not allowing the Zerg player to get the engagement that he wants. He's able to actually run around on the creep and keep Jenger guessing. He's been standing on the creep for a little bit at this point, but earlier he wasn't. So you guys saw it. You guys saw it. Now we have Ravagers. They can't shoot up necessarily, but the Corrosive Bile does hit air units. This is a ton of storms. Oh my god. Roaches are really good at tanking storms, but they take extra damage from the Immortals, and we have what is going to be a big warp in from this Warp Prism, a bunch of Charge Zealots to back up this engagement. And now I think Icebrand's coming out ahead right here. Taking a look at the army supply, though, it's 88 army supply, 86 army supply to 69. Nice army supply for the Protoss player. Oh my god. But this is still a really big engagement for Icebrand. He's taking out so many workers, I feel like. No, only taking out 5 workers, but able to take out the third base for our Zerg player, and still has a good amount of army supply. And now the army supply is evening out, and the issue here is Jenger. Jenger was supply blocked briefly, so he's going to be stuck on the army supply that he's got. We do have a couple High Templar left for the storms. Like I said, Roaches are great at tanking storms, but Roaches do take extra damage from the Archons, and they take extra damage from the Immortals, so Archons are just a wicked unit against Zerg, man. And now we have what is going to be a huge push going for the 4th base for our Zerg player at the same time at the same time attacking the 4th base right here, or 5th base, I should say. This is the 4th base, and it is going down. This is a lot of drones taken out. Taking a look now, 38 workers killed in this engagement so far, 225 and counting units killed by the Protoss player. And I love what Icebrand is doing here. He's just sending in zealots everywhere. He's so far ahead in this game at this point. Jenger is having a hard time keeping up with protecting every single side of the base. At this point, what I would do is just commit. I would give up 1 or 2 bases and commit to protecting my workers in the main base or in the natural base, just so I could keep something alive. But the Warp Prism is being a nuisance right now. This is allowing Icebrand to make this a really prolonged engagement, and I like the sprinkling in of DTs, especially now that there are no Overseers on the map. Jenger leaving the game, no GG. What a wild conclusion to this one. This was so insane. That ending was honestly so fun to watch. Wild platinum level game. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.